Good morning, students. I hope all are fine by the grace of God. Today, you are going to learn a new topic from a railway carriage memory poem. So, from a railway carriage. What do you think the poem is about? Have you been on train? Yes, this poem is about the travel experience of the author Robert Louis Stevenson. So, before getting to the lesson, let us know about the meanings. Charge, to make a rush at or sudden attack upon a person. Charge, to make a rush at or a sudden attack upon a person. Clamber, climb or move in awkward and laborious way using both hands and feet. Clamber, climb or move in awkward and laborious way using both hand and feet. Brambles, a prickly scrambling shrub of the rose family, especially a blackberry. Brambles, a prickly scrambling shrub of the rose family, especially blackberry. Tramp, a person who travels from place to place on foot in search of work as beggar. Tramp, a person who travels from place to place on foot in search of work as a beggar. Stringing, hang so that it stretches in a long time. Stringing, hang so that it stretches in a long time. Lumping, carry with difficulty. Lumping, carry with difficulty. Glimpse, see or perceive briefly or partially. See or perceive briefly or partially.
From a railway carriage. This poem is written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Balfour Stevenson, 13th November 1852, 3rd December 1894. He was a Scottish novelist, poet, essayist, musician and travel writer. His famous works are Treasure Island, Kidnapped, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and A Child's Garden of Verses. Students, close your eyes and think about the moving scene outside a train window from a railway carriage. First, I am going to read the poem fully and then I will explain. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, faster than fairies, faster than witches. Bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. Bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. And charging along like troops in a battle. And charging along like troops in a battle. All through the meadows, the horses and cattle. All through the meadows, the horses and cattle. All of the sides of the hill and the plain. All of the sides of the hill and the plain. Flying as thick as driving rain. Flying as thick as driving rain. And ever again in the wink of an eye. And ever again in the wink of an eye. Painted stations whistle by. Painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles. All by himself and gathering brambles. All by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. And there is a green for stringing the daisies. And there is a green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. Lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. Each a glimpse and gone forever. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. and charging along like troops in a battle. So the train runs very fast. It runs faster than fairies, faster than witches. Bridges, houses, hedges, and ditches move fast like soldiers charging in a battle. All through the meadows, horses and cattle, all of the sides of the hill and the plain, flying as thick as driving rain. And ever again, in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. So, horses, cattle, hills, plains, and meadows move back as fast as the heavy rain. As fast as the heavy rain. The railway stations with painted walls go back with a whistling sound as the train zooms forward. So, here is a child who clambers and scrambles. What is the meaning of clambers? Climb or move in awkward and laborious way using both hands and feet. Climb or move. So here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. A child climbs with difficulty. It climbs quickly. The child is all alone. He gathers blackberry from the bushes. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. And there is a green for stringing the daisies. A man who keeps wandering stands and looks at the train. The daisy flower hang as a string among green leaves. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and there is a green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with a man and load. And here is a mill, and there is a river. Here is a mill, and there is a river. Each a glimpse and gone forever. Each a glimpse and gone forever. A cart is running along the road carrying with the difficulty man and the load. The train rushes past a mill. It crosses a river quickly. They are visible just for a moment. What is faster than fairies and witches? The train is faster than fairies and witches. Why does the poet mention bridges and houses, hedges, ditches? Where are they? The train crosses bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. So the poet mentions them. They are along with the railway track. The train crosses bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. So the poet mentions them. They are along the railway track. Where do you think the child is? The child is on a blackberry bush. The child is on a blackberry bush. What does gathering brambles mean? It means that the child is collecting blackberry fruit. It means the child is collecting blackberry fruit. In the wink of an eye means very quickly. Explain painted stations whistle by. The train does not stop at small railway stations. It gives out a whistling sound as it crosses these painted railway stations. The train does not stop at small railway stations. It gives out a whistling sound as it crosses these painted railway stations. What does charges along like troops in a battle mean? It means that the bridges, houses, hedges and ditches move back quickly as the train races along. The speed of the train is as fast as the soldiers fighting in the battlefield. Gulliver's Travels. In this story, you are going to learn about Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver, a ship doctor, took a job on a ship that was going on a long voyage. What is the meaning of voyage? Travel by sea. The voyage started well, but soon things changed dramatically. What is the meaning of dramatically? In an unexpected or excited manner. So soon things changed dramatically. This ship got caught in violent storm and was thrown off course. Then it hit a rock and broke up completely. 6 of the crew members, including Gulliver, got into a small boat and rowed until they were overturned by a big wave which came up suddenly. Gulliver was a good swimmer and he managed to swim till he reached land. How did the Gulliver overcome the adversity? The ship Gulliver was traveling in hit a rock and broke up completely. Gulliver, with some of the crew, got into a boat and rowed it. Soon the boat overturned. Being a good swimmer, Gulliver managed to swim and reached the land. The coast appeared strange and lonely. Gulliver dragged himself along the shore. He looked for some people or houses, but there were no sign of life. Hungry and exhausted, he fell on a patch of the grass and fell into deep sleep. When Gulliver woke up, he was lying on his back and the sun was in his face. When he tried to get up, he found himself unable to sit up or move at all. Terrified and puzzled, he tried to turn his head. He found his arms and legs were securely tied with slender strings on each side and attached to pegs fixed on the ground. His hair, which was long and thick, was similarly tied down. So, when Gulliver got up, he found that he could not get up. His arms and legs and hair were tied with slender strings. He felt something moving along his body, almost up to his chin. He saw a human being not 6 inches high, with a bow and arrow in his hands, and a quiver at his back. Gulliver later learnt that these creatures were called Lilliputans. Who is Lilliputans? Lilliputans are small size human beings, not 6 inches high. So, startled by this sight, Gulliver cried out and soon managed to free his left arm. The frightened Lilliputans fired dozens of tiny arrows into his hand, face and body until he once again lay down calmly. The Lilliputans then built a stage to Gulliver's side that was about a foot and a half tall, upon which an obviously important person stood and made a 10-minute speech to Gulliver in a language he could not understand. By now, Gulliver was really hungry. With gestures, he signaled to the little people that he wanted food and drink. So, he gestures. Gulliver was really hungry. So, gestures. What is the meaning of gestures? Expressive movements of a part of the body. The Lilliputans first got Gulliver to promise to behave himself and then promised to get him some food because Gulliver was hungry. So they promised to behave himself and then promised to get him some food. They soon brought baskets of meat and several loaves of bread, which he ate 3 at a time because they were so tiny. Tiny means small. Gulliver ate several loaves of bread which he ate at a times because they were so tiny. The Lilliputians also brought 2 barrels of drink which he enjoyed, even though the barrels were smaller than a glass. Barrels were smaller than a glass. Gulliver was tempted as he lay on the ground to take up 50 of the small creatures. That means small creatures means Lilliputians. Small creatures in his hand and crushed them, but he did not want to be pricked with arrows again, and he had promised to behave in exchange for good treatment. After he had eaten, Gulliver promptly means quickly. Gulliver promptly fell asleep because his drink had a sleeping draught in it. What is the meaning of sleeping draught? Medicine in a liquid. தூக்க மருந்து. So they then set about transporting Gulliver to the capital. So Lilliputians took Gullivers to the capital. So they used a large platform with 22 wheels pulled by dozens of 4.5-inch horses. They somehow managed to put him on the platform and dragged Gulliver down the road to the city. Suddenly, Gulliver woke up when the vehicle stopped. When the vehicle stopped, 2 or 3 curious young Lilliputians wanted to see how Gulliver looked when asleep. They climbed up into the engine and advancing very softly to his face, put the sharp end of the half pike into his left nostril. This tickled Gulliver's nose like straw and made him sneeze. What is the meaning of tickled? Excited the surface of the nose slightly. As they started moving again, Gulliver saw that more than 100,000 Lilliputians had come out to see the strange giant. It was a carnival atmosphere, and the Lilliputians seemed to be enjoyed themselves. Much to Gulliver's amusement, finally they arrived at the emperor's palace. The emperor was there to receive Gulliver. Gulliver was lodged in an old, disused temple. His leg was chained and he could only move about a little bit. After a few weeks, the Lilliputians and the emperor decided that he meant them no harm. So, Gulliver was set free to roam around Lilliput on condition that he would not harm them and would help them in whatever way he could. Gulliver agreed and was freed. He was provided with food and water. So, Gulliver was set free to roam around Lilliput on condition. He was provided with food and water. A house was built for him. Gulliver stayed with Lilliputians, helping them in many ways. Once it so happened that the neighboring kingdom of Blefuscu declared war on Lilliput. The king brought 100 ships to mount an attack. The Lilliputians ran to Gulliver for help. So Lilliputians asking help to Gulliver. The emperor said, "Don't let us down. Don't let us down now, Gulliver. We need your help. Gulliver walked into sea. He took a long rope, tied the 100 ships together and dragged them in the water. Gulliver pulled the ships the whole day, going round and round until the army of Blefuscu was giddy and in no position to fight. The king of Blefuscu came begging for peace between the two kingdoms. The emperor agreed. Gulliver was hailed as a hero and lived peacefully in Lilliput for many years. So, who is Blefuscu? Blefuscu is a neighboring kingdom of Lilliputans.